Good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I'm your host, Victor von Psychotron, and all of us at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy, the strange, and of course the weird.
Don't worry, Barney. After today, you'll be shooting that one-eyed monster of yours for Uncle Sam.
Tonight we have a fun, cheap horror film for you, starring none other than Bela Lugosi. It's the Ape Man. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's a fun watch. So lock all of your doors and windows. Turn off all of your lights. Sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy tonight's film, The Ape Man. But first, a short film.
Show a monkey to the average person, and he immediately begins to laugh. Monkeys appear so human, and they have a look of such serious concentration on what they're doing, that they parody mankind. We must either laugh at them or be horrified at a living caricature of ourselves. And so in self-defense we laugh, and regard monkeys tolerantly as objects of amusement. But their likeness to human beings is much more than skin deep, and from their history we can trace our own origins. In the wild, monkeys are creatures of strength and grace. Through living in the trees, the first monkeys grew serviceable hands to help them in their journeys through the branches. Some, in the forests of the New World, strengthened their tails until they became a fifth limb, strong enough to support the whole weight of their bodies. As the ages passed, some monkeys, like the baboons, grew big and came down from the trees to live on the ground. Here they had to reckon with more enemies and different problems from those of the treetops. For defense and attack, they came to rely more and more on their hands and on the well-developed brains which life in the trees had given them. Baboons are fond of each other's company and live together in large packs. They love the sunshine, and on a fine day the whole colony will be busily engaged in grooming. They are not hunting for fleas, but for loose pieces of skin, thorns and so on, and they also pull out hairs. It stimulates the nerves of their skin, and they obviously get a great deal of pleasure from it, just as a man does from massage or a woman from beauty treatment. This urge to groom is tremendously strong in all monkeys, and is one of the main reasons why they live together in packs. In their packs, baboons have a definite social order arranged like our own. Each colony is made up of a number of families, and each family is under the leadership of an adult male. He has one or more females attached to him, and probably several children. These families, which may remain together year after year, are the basic units of all monkey society. Early travellers brought home strange tales of these baboon colonies. Richard Jobson, a merchant who travelled through Ethiopia in 1620, wrote, "It is a wonderful thing to observe a kind of commonwealth that is amongst them. They have none but their own kind together, and are in herds of 3,000 or 4,000 in a company. And as they travel, they go in rank, whereof the leaders are certain of the greater sort, the smaller following, and every now and then as a commander, a great one walks." The females carry their young under their bellies, and the young baboon can use its hands as soon as it's born to cling tightly to its mother's fur. Apart from this, it's quite helpless. Young monkeys are usually born only one at a time. Through 5 or 6 years of childhood, they stay with their families, and their parents and the older children are always at hand for protection and help. This slow period of growth gives the young animals plenty of time for education. As they get older, they play with the other youngsters of the colony. In their games, they learn the full use of their hands and control of their muscles and limbs, and attempt the various activities of the adults around them. While the young ones play, the adults sit quietly alone or in family parties. The yawn of a baboon does not usually mean boredom. It is more often the sign of aggression or threat. The big male is the master of each family group. His will is backed by the strength of his teeth and arms, and is only disputed when his strength fails. He will drive weaker animals away from food, and if two baboons are kept in a cage, the dominant male will get most of the food, and the other will starve. Baboons have pouches in their cheeks, into which they stuff the food until a convenient opportunity occurs to eat it. The overlord guards jealously the unity of his family. He attacks at once any other male who shows too much interest in his females. Higher in the scale come the anthropoid apes, tailless and with bigger brains than the monkeys. Of these man-like creatures, the only ones which live completely in the trees are the gibbons. They are the most graceful of all animals. Gay and lively, wonderfully agile, they use their long arms to swing through the branches with amazing freedom. On their rare descents to the ground, they walk erect, and are the only mammals besides man which habitually walk on 2 feet. Their arms reach to the ground when they stand up, and are longer in proportion to the body than in all the other apes. Gibbons are probably extremely intelligent, but their volatile temperament makes it very difficult to find out. In the early morning, the jungles of Malay and southern China are said to ring with the shrill chorus of the gibbons as they leave their sheltered sleeping places. Begin to approach human standards in the larger man-like apes such as the orangutan. So human are these great apes that at one time they were thought to be a race of savage people. The name orangutan means wild man of the woods. As night approaches, the apes build nests in the trees to sleep in. These nests are not permanent homes, they are only slept in once, and next morning the family moves on to new feeding grounds. Liveliest and most sociable of the anthropoids are the chimpanzees. But in spite of their varied behavior, in their wild state they make little effort to use their intelligence. They take their surroundings as they find them, and their only attempt at constructing anything is the nests which they build at night. They live in the same family groups as the monkeys, but their packs are much smaller. Each family is dominated by an adult male. In captivity, the human being replaces the dominant male, and the normal impulses of the animals can be suppressed so long as a keeper is at hand, and they can learn to behave like men and women, more or less. Their diet, like that of all monkeys and apes, is almost entirely vegetarian. At a meal like this, where they have to behave themselves, each gets his fair share of food. But there is little doubt that if the keeper's back were turned, the big male would have most of it. The apes, like the monkeys, take a tremendous interest in the fur of other animals. This instinct shows itself in captivity in a passion for investigating articles of clothing. Shoes, particularly, attract some apes. In taking off a man's shoe, the chimpanzee shows a command of hand and eye far beyond the ability of a young human child. But it hasn't the constructive intelligence to put it on again. The chimpanzee shows more than instinct. Like a man, it uses insight in solving problems. Place an attractive morsel of food, say a cup of ice cream, out of reach of its arms, and it'll use a stick to get at it. If one stick is not long enough, chimpanzees have been known to fit two together for the purpose. They appear to solve a problem like this not just by trial and error, as a cat or a chicken might, but by studying the situation as a man would, and working out the solution. Although the apes can be taught to make themselves useful, they soon get tired of anything like work. No one has yet been able to train them to do dull work for very long, except when there's an audience to encourage them. Chimpanzees love showing off, and if their tricks are not sufficiently appreciated, they'll lead the applause themselves. No one has yet taught an ape to speak more than 2 or 3 words, and 1 word took 6 months. Yet they have a wide vocal range and a definite feeling for sound and rhythm. In anger or excitement, they will beat rhythmically with hands and feet on any surface which makes a noise. Feeling for rhythm becomes a primitive dance. Somewhere here lies the secret of mankind's passion for dancing and the beat of dance music. there are still larger, more terrifying man-like creatures, rejoicing in the shadows of the woods and fleeing from intercourse with men. Like the other apes, but in different ways, the gorillas resemble men. These pongos, said one traveller in the 17th century, are in all proportion like a man, but are more like giants in stature. They cannot speak and have no understanding more than a beast. Many times they fall upon the elephants which come to feed where they be, and so beat them with their clubbed fists and pieces of wood that the elephants will run roaring away from them. At some time in the far past, some such creature as this developed speech and became man. Man could speak. He could communicate with his fellows. He left the forests and lived in the open. He changed his habits of feeding. Unlike the apes, he no longer accepted his world as he found it. With his brain and hands and tongue, he shaped it to please himself. He imposed his own ways of life on his world, built his own surroundings, created a multitude of machines to do his will. He harnessed the elements for transport and communication. The physical world became his servant. But in all the complexity of a man-made world, the family remains the root of society, just as it was amongst the apes and the monkeys.
In our families we spend the impressionable years of childhood. In our family circle we learn the behavior of civilized life. We learn to keep our bodies well and fit with healthy exercise. We learn how important it is to take pride in our outward appearance. Before our eyes we have the constant example of our parents, encouraging us to conduct ourselves with dignity in our dealings with the world around us. For when we take our place in the stream of active life, we find the community vast and disordered and complex. But the family circle, remaining constant year after year, is the one stable thing in our shifting society. The family is the highest achievement in the history of life.
Why do these boats always have to dock in the cold gray drawer?
Yeah, there ought to be a law making them stay out there till after breakfast anyway.
Don't worry, Barney. After the day, you'll be shooting that one-eyed monster of yours for Uncle Sam.
Yeah, you'll be seeing plenty of cold gray dawns then, brother.
You'll find out that the signal corps does a lot of other things besides false signals.
After 10 years in this racket, it'll be a vacation.
A simple soul, isn't he, boys? Woo! that? Sounds fishy to me. You're Dr. Randall, no?
Yes?
You're here to meet Agatha Brewster, aren't you?
Well, I...
You're Carter of the Globe Tribune, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Say, there's a woman on that boat with the name of Agatha Brewster.
Yeah? What about it?
Ghost hunter. She's the sister of that missing Dr. Brewster. Good story. A great story. A pip.
What's this, Jeff? Trying to sell you bootleg gas? Yeah, well, a screwball, I guess.
That's her over there with the fur people.
Agatha, I'm awfully glad you're here. Well, Bonnie.
George, it's terrible. What happened?
Miss Brewster?
Yes.
I'm from the Globe Tribune.
Well,
Miss Brewster's too upset over her brother to give an interview right now.
yes, all the time.
Oh, well, may we have a picture? Go ahead, Bonnie.
A pretty smile now.
Smile.
Oh, excuse me.
Thanks. How about that interview? When may I see it?
Oh, some other day, the next week.
Where? Miss Brewster will phone you.
Oh, let her give you the brush off. It's a great story.
Hey, what is this, anyway? If you'd only have listened to me, all this wouldn't have happened.
Well, what about the police? Haven't they been able to trace it?
Fortunately, no.
Fortunate.
Yes, very fortunate. Agatha Jim isn't lost, except for this world. He's hidden away at Springdale in the old mansion. You'd be better off in the family cemetery plot.
George,
I'm sorry, but it's true.
what?
6 months ago, we made an astounding discovery. It was so far in advance of anything that's been done to date that Jim decided to be the guinea pig for this experiment himself. I tried to talk him out of it, but you know how stubborn he is when he gets an idea in his head. We made the experiment, and unfortunately, it was a great success. So great, in fact, that we've been unable to counteract the results. And Jim, he's...
He's still alive, isn't
Yes,
he? And the story of his disappearance was a fake?
yes, I put that out to cover the whole affair up so that if the worst comes to the worst, it saves him a great deal of unpleasant notoriety.
George, what does he...
Prepare yourself for a great shock, Aggie. It's frightening.
Where?
You shouldn't have brought her here. Stop shaking, Agda. I will hurt you.
Oh, you poor boy. Oh.
Open the door. Get back! Close the door! What a mess made of things. Look.
Yeah?
How are you coming with that ghost yarn?
I couldn't get a thing out of her at the boat. Now I'm going through the morgue. Boy, is she a screwy dame.
I don't want that junk. I want a personal interview. And get me some more pictures. Good ones. Barney Smell. I'm sending someone down to replace him. Name's Billy Mason.
Okay, Chiefy.
Now hop to it. And don't call me Chiefy.
Okay, Chiefy.
Going into the army has sure done something to Barney. Looks more like a ghost than a ghost hunter to me. Now, just what could have happened to get such a piece of tripe?
Well, it's out of focus. It's underexposed and overdeveloped. Besides, there are two pictures on the same negative.
Is that all?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Take Miss Mason down to Carter. She's taking Barney's place. Yes?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Martin, for giving me the break. I'm sure I can...
Ah, forget it. But remember, I'll be satisfied with just one picture on each negative.
I'll do the very best I can.
Carter?
Billy Mason.
Okay, sit down, take the load off your feet. I'll be with you in a minute.
Opening night. What went by when I wasn't looking?
Do you know your perfume?
I know that one. In fact, I'll never forget it. The first girl I met that used it either.
Nice.
Yeah, but she lied to me.
So?
She told me her boyfriend was in boot camp. Okay, Mason, let's go. Mason!
I'm Billy Mason.
Huh?
I said I'm Billy Mason. I'm taking Barney's place, whoever he is.
Well, why didn't you say so? Come on, let's go.
Where are we going, if I may ask?
To Springdale, the old Brewster home. We'll interview a screwy old dame and get some pictures. Good pictures, I hope.
Why the I hope? A good reporter generally gets an interview.
Not worried about the interview. It's the pictures I'm worried about.
Oh, I get it. Well, listen, Mr. Brisbane. You take care of your end of it and don't worry about mine. My pictures will be as good as your interview, and maybe a little bit better.
Cocky little wench, aren't you?
Well, I've had to hold my own against 4 brothers all my life. I guess I can handle a 4F like you.
4F? And what gives you the idea I'm in 4F?
I can't think of any other good reason you're not in uniform.
Listen, baby, you're looking smack dab at a 14-carat 1A. No dependents, physically perfect, with a personal letter in his pocket from the president. 30 days from now, I'll be Jefferson B. Carter, seaman 3rd class.
Oh.
Oh, yes. 30 days have September, April, June, and Jefferson B. Carter.
Well, I'll take back the part of it about 4F, but the rest of it still stands.
Makes me wish I was in the Navy right now.
That makes 2 of us. All right, sailor, shove off.
Hello there. Time for 2 Truths and a Lie, in which I will tell you 2 truths and 1 lie about this film, and you must guess the lie. First, this movie was shot in just 19 days. Second, Louise Curry, who plays Billy Mason, was discovered as an actress starting in a high school play. Third, this film was first shown on television on May 31st, 1950. There you have it. I'll tell you the lie by the end of the film. Good luck.
You have no idea what I've gone through in the last 3 months. Sometimes I'm perfectly normal. And I sit for hours and hours looking in the mirror, hoping and praying for the slightest sign on my future change. It doesn't come. And I feel myself going back to the animal instinct. I try to fight it. I try to fight it with all my willpower. And I feel I can't live it. I lock myself in there with him, fearing that I might do something terrible. Oh, I can't stand it any longer. Can't stand it. Randall must have me. Must do what I am asking him.
What did you ask him to do, James, that he refused?
I must have human spinal fluid injected into me. It's my only chance. Randall and I both agreed to it. It's the only way to counteract the ape fluid injection. But he won't do it. He won't do it.
Please, James, please. I'll talk to George. I know he'll do anything to save you. I'll ask him.
No, he won't. I pleaded begged.
James tells me you refused to help him any further.
Did he tell you why?
No.
Then I'll tell you. I'd have to commit murder to do it.
Murder?
Yes, cold-blooded murder. You see this spinal fluid that might kill him, and there's a great possibility it wouldn't. It's just a chance, you know. That fluid must be taken from a living person, and the taking of it means instant death.
Well, I must say the house master's the old girl of a tea.
What do you mean?
She's a ghost hunter.
Did you say ghost?
Yeah. Ever see any?
Don't be silly.
She has. No kidding. She's written books about them. She's been all over the world, poking around in cemeteries and haunted houses. She just got back from a cook tour of haunted castles in Europe. Come on, let's go.
Oh, get my pen.
That's your job. Shut up! Stop this! Shut up! Well, here's a chance for you to photograph a ghost.
Very funny. Very funny.
Better see who it is. It may allay any suspicions those screams around. Jim has probably seen who it is in the televisor. He won't give himself away.
Oh, remember me? From the boat? Yes, Carter?
Oh, yes.
This is Billy Mason. I brought her along to get some more pictures. The others were a lot, they weren't good.
Well, I'm afraid it's too dark in here for pictures.
Oh, no, it'll be perfectly okay.
Oh, sure it's okay. She makes pictures in tunnels.
All right.
I'll be going, Miss Brewster. Just keep on with the prescription I gave you.
Oh, I will, Doctor. Won't you come into the library?
If you don't mind, Miss Brewster, I'd like to know a little more about your work, your books, etc. I think our readers would be interested.
Oh, certainly. Won't you sit down?
Thanks.
I hope you'll pardon the appearance of this room, but I don't dare change a thing. The entity that haunts this house would not appear. It is fine. Sing only to the old familiar surroundings.
This house is really haunted?
Certainly, child. All houses are haunted. All persons are haunted. Songs of spirits follow us everywhere. We are never alone. This room is crowded right now.
I don't see anything.
Oh, you can't see any more than you can see the wind. They can destroy you with sufficiently any way. Like spirits are honest, gentle and kind, and only want to bring happiness to few. But a few are evil, and having been wicked in life, are wicked in death, and only haunt the scenes of desperate crime, reveling in murder.
That must have been the one we heard when we drove up, huh?
Yes. You heard it? Yes. Right here? Oh, no, that's what I bought from Scotland. The phonograph record.
No kidding. I thought I heard everything.
Would you like to hear it?
Well, what can you lose?
This known as the galloping ghost of Ben Raver. Does it bother you, child?
Oh, no. I just won't sleep all night, that's all.
Suppose we get the fix before Miss Mason passes out, huh? Now, listen, Miss Brewster, you stand right over here by the phonograph, and you hold this record. Only like that. Beautiful. All right, honey, come on. Get yourself together. Thanks very much, Miss Brewster.
Oh, just a moment. One more. Seated, please.
Oh, yes. You mind? No, we can sit down. I'll take the galloping ghost. Now, you sit there and try and give me a pose like you were hunting for a ghost. That's it. Get it. That was very kind of you, Miss Brewster. I'll send you some of those pics of it. You look great. Come on, honey. Let's go. I'll send you a copy of the article. I might want to check with you later. May I come out again?
I guess so. Please phone me first.
Oh, certainly.
Thank you very much.
Well, goodbye.
James, are you mad? Come up here.
What is Randolph saying?
You will not be a party to a murder.
You going to let me go through life like this? I told you he couldn't help me. I told you.
Hey, are you going to town? Yeah. Fine. Go right ahead. That could be the galloping ghost himself, could it?
If I felt all right, that wouldn't get a laugh out of me. All right, let's go. You got any gas?
What a lot of hooey. The galloping ghost, huh? I don't know who she thinks she's kidding.
Meaning what?
Did that record sound like the noise we heard when we drove up?
Come to think of it, no.
Right. Well, there's something screwy about the whole thing. I feel it in my bones.
Maybe it's rheumatism.
Yeah. No. All these years of cooperation. You need to die like this. You won't get away with it.
Oh, please, James, something.
Oh, leave me alone. Get upstairs. I love this thing. Get out, or...
Oh, what James?
Are you completely insane? How did you get here? That's our experiment is thought to be fixed. You know? No, but there's someone around. Why did you take such a chance? I had to, George. I had to. I'm desperate. But get me to do it. You realize what you're asking me to do? Murder. Oh, call it what you like. Call it what you like. I must have to do it. It's my life against somebody else's. And I don't want to live the rest of my life this way. And I won't. I'll... Yes? Someone from police headquarters to see you, sir. All right. Ask him to wait in the library. I'll be right back. Very good. Do you suppose anybody saw you come in here? No, I'm sure not. Stay right here. Don't take a chance on leaving.
Oh, the captain sent me over to get some more dope on that Brewster's disappearance case. But I've already told him all I know. Well, there's a few things I'd like to check on.
Very well.
When's the last time you saw him upstairs? Is that right?
No. I'm dead.
Weren't you? Huh? You were very closely associated with Dr. Brewster, weren't you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh. Hello, Townsend.
Dr. Brewster.
Yes. Dr. Brewster. I see.
Perhaps I could drop in tomorrow sometime and...
Oh, there's just a few more things. Where do I get this down? Well, I guess that's all. Thanks a lot, Doc.
Not at all.
Oh, if you think of anything else in connection with Dr. Brewster, let us know. Looks like we sure can use a lot of help on this one.
All right, I will.
Okay. Goodbye.
Get me the book. What's tonight? No one but one of your men. Who was that? I don't know. I didn't get his name. Came about the Brewster case. When did you discover this? Right after he left. You mean this happened while the cop was in the house? Evidently. Townsend admitted it.
That sounds now.
Right there. How about it, huh? Strangulation. And by someone with terrific strength. There looks a mark on his throat.
Whoever could have sure needed a haircut. Sure looked like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our performance for a special announcement.
The management of this theater extends to you an unusual invitation to participate in an unusual event. We invite you to tune in Wednesday night, March 26th, for the dazzling Academy Awards telecast over NBC TV, sponsored by the motion picture industry itself. It promises to be a grand show, 90 minutes of uninterrupted entertainment.
And no commercials.
There have been many fine pictures and great performances during the past year. Competition for the Oscar is keen.
Who will win? Tune in and get exciting news direct from Hollywood, Wednesday, March 26th.
The millions of moviegoers all over the world have made this giant TV show possible, which is Hollywood's tribute to you theater fans. Have a good time, and remember...
For our patrons, men, women, boys, girls. Through the cooperation of leading business places, you may now have free admission to this theater. Ask for dividend tickets when you shop at... Names of merchants who give dividend tickets are listed in the lobby of the theater and on circulars at the concession stand. Dividend tickets will be accepted on all standard box office priced films. So take a circular with you today and start saving dividend tickets tomorrow when you shop. See your next movie completely free.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza. And I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand.
They're at the movies, it's a big date. They love their popcorn, look what they ate. This kind of action's the main attraction. Oh boy, ain't love grand. He's buying lots of goodies, ice cream, Pepsi, and peanuts too. Living on love's not easy. You need your strength to woo. Now he returns. What's this she yearns? Refreshing Pepsi, a kiss he earns. Romance and pleasure, and for good measure, thirst-quenching Pepsi for those who think young.
Hello there. Time for some words about some of the cast and crew of tonight's film, The Ape Man. Let's start with, of course, the director, William One Take Bodine, who was known for shooting films quickly. But, as I mentioned earlier, did he do it in 19 days or not? Just some of the other films this man has directed, and for being known as a cheap and fast director, he directed a lot of work. You can get a lot of work in Hollywood if you come in under budget and before deadline. So, just a few. Fury of the Dragon, Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter, which I've hosted, Billy the Kid meets Dracula, The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin, The Feathered Serpent, Ghosts on the Loose, which I've also hosted, and which also stars the star of this film, Bela Lugosi. He's been on many episodes of Weird-O-Rama, the legendary horror actor who of course played Dracula, Igor, Frankenstein's monster. He was even in cheapies like Bela Lugosi Meets a Brooklyn Gorilla, and so many other wild films and serials and television shows. A wonderful actor and a very powerful presence. And no matter what film he's in, and even if it's just a small role, he commands the screen every time he is on it. Now you also have Louise Curdy, who plays Billy Mason. She was also in Voodoo Man, but is best known for her work on the serial The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Wallace Ford plays Jeff Carter, and he was, of course, in The Mummy's Tomb and The Mummy's Hand. He was in Freaks, and he was also in One Frightened Night, comedic actor, well-known character actor of his time. Henry Hole plays Dr. Randall. He was also in Voodoo Man and The Flying Serpent. He was in The Monster and the Ape and The Mad Monster. Then you have Minerva Urikal. She plays Agatha. She was in The Corpse Vanishes, which I've hosted. She was also in the Peter Gunn television series, quite a bit of that. And The Ape, which I've also hosted with Boris Karloff, another horror legend. You have Ernest Morrison. He plays the Copy Boy. And he was one of the Dead End Kids, East Side Kids. He was in Ghosts on the Loose. He was one of the original Our Gang, Little Rascal members. And he was also in Spooks Run Wild. And he was the first African-American child actor to be highly successful and become a millionaire, actually. He openly loved Hollywood and spoke quite endearingly of his time in Hollywood as an actor, how films allowed him to take care of his family and live a good life. He loved Hollywood, and he was much beloved of his time. And you also have Jack Dietz, the producer of this film. He produced The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I've hosted the trailer for that. The Black Scorpion and The Corpse Vanishes. Another producer on this is the legendary Sam Katzman. That man had an amazing career, and just some of the films he's produced. The Night the World Exploded, I've hosted that. Zombies of Moratau, Werewolf, Earth vs. the Flying Saucers, Creature with the Atom Brain, the Batman and Robin cliffhanger serial, Ghosts on the Loose, The Invisible Ghost, The Corpse Vanishes, so many others. Then you have Mark Stengler. He was the cinematographer of this film. He shot Revenge of the Zombies and King of the Zombies and Ghost on the Loose. I've hosted all of those. Dave Milton, he was the art director on this film. He was art director on House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price, which I've also hosted. Queen of Outer Space, The Bowery Boys Meet the Monsters, Flight to Mars, Revenge of the Zombies. The assistant director on this film was Arthur Hammond. He was also assistant director on Superman and the Mole Men, The Adventures of Superman, Return of the Ape Man, and Ghosts on the Loose. So a lot of classic B-movie actors and crew working on this film, and just so many others who had fantastic careers and brought us all so much joy. We hope you are enjoying it. We'll get right back to the Ape Man after this word from our sponsor.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
Hello?
Say, isn't that the guy we saw at Brewster's?
He does look like him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Here are those pictures.
Okay.
What's happened to him?
Just lost his butler by strangulation. Cops are trying to pin it on an ape. Can you tie that? Here. Well, I see you got something on the film anyway.
Now, listen, old man River.
Uh-oh. Trying to pull a Barney, huh?
What do you mean?
2 pictures for the price of 1 again. Look at that.
Where?
Right there.
Well, I never saw that before.
What is it? How did it get there?
It's like a gorilla to me.
A gorilla?
Yeah.
Don't it don't. What heading does that come under? Trick photography? Is it a gag?
No, I didn't do it. It's in the picture. It was there when I shot it.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe this is the galloping ghost from Glenraven or whatever his name was in the flesh. Remember those sounds?
Yeah. Is that the way a gorilla sounds?
Not much of a Tarzan, but could be. So, the butler of the guy we saw there was murdered by an ape. I wonder.
What are you going to do?
Try to tell the boss a bill of goods.
Don't you want me to go
No,
along?
honey, you stay right there. Hey, maybe you're my lucky number.
Come yet?
No, I expect you.
Yes. I got it again. I got it.
What?
Fluid. The spinal fluid.
You know you've got it?
Yes. That's why I expected him.
You said he wouldn't have...
It's I did. He is going to make the injection. If he refuses, I kill him.
Yes.
I mean just what I said. Stand with him. Tell him he's wanted in surgery.
To me, but go ahead if you want to. Hey, taking Billy Mason with you? Oh, no. I might have to do some second story work, and she might get a run in her stocking. Jim, do you realize what you've done?
Yes. What about it? I've got it. I have a chance to be cured. That's more important.
Even if it costs the man his life?
Yes. It's my life I'm thinking about. But we're wasting time. Look, everything is ready for you to make the injection. Come. Won't get on.
Jim, I lied to the police to save you yesterday and made myself almost as guilty as you are. But I won't incriminate myself any further. I'm through.
Oh, no, you're not.
Threats will do you no good. If necessary, I'll go to the police and tell them the whole story.
You'll do as James says. Go on, hurry.
Ready, doctor?
works. Look! It's turned up straight. Just that old pest of a newspaper man again, Miss Brewster.
I thought you said you'd phone before coming back.
I did. But your phone seemed to be always busy. Or out of order, maybe. Have you tried your phone lately? It could be, you know. Oh, those things get out of order. Only thing I know of fellow that had a telephone that was always out of order. Well, shall we go in with the galloping ghost?
You haven't given me much time to go to my house, Mr. Carter.
Oh, I'm not here in that ghost business.
No?
No, I bought the saving that story for a Sunday edition. But he does want me to work on your brother's case. Has the police got anything definite to report?
No, he's completely disappeared. I don't understand it myself. It's dreadful.
Yeah. Suppose work had anything to do with it? Nervous breakdown or amnesia? Anything like that?
I don't know. I was in Europe, as you know. I haven't seen him in over a year.
But his work was difficult, wasn't it? Seems to me I heard something about his terrific experiments.
Yes, he has a very scientific mind.
Yeah, just like my uncle. His house was always full of guinea pigs and rats, even monkeys. Big ones, too. Scared the daylights out of my aunt.
So?
Yeah, one day she just up and left them. And I don't blame her. Just imagine that door right now and coming face to face with a gorilla. Oh, but I suppose you're used to that sort of thing. I understand that your brother did a lot of work on gorillas and apes. Didn't he?
I wouldn't know. He never discussed those things with me.
Well, I guess you can't be any help to me. I'll just have to dig up what I can for myself. Thanks. Oh, by the way, Miss Brewster, did your brother have a laboratory here in the house where he worked?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I thought maybe I'd find something there that might give me a lead. Well, thanks and goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Carter. A very clever young man, that.
Yes, I heard.
You think the fluid will cure James completely and permanently?
I don't know. But it's useless for him to look to me for any more help. I warn you, I'll go to the police first.
No. Wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. I need more.
doors. I got them. I must have moved. That's it. I need more.
Have their place in the zoo, in your nightmares, in the deep, in your favorite horror movies. But not in your living room, on your TV. Don't let pay TV be the monster in your living room. Pay TV and cable TV companies are seeking the right to charge you for the very programs you now get free. If you want to stop pay TV and save free television, sign the petition in the lobby of this theater. Let your lawmakers know how you feel in the fight against pay TV and cable TV.
Go around that way if I were you.
What?
Well, don't ask questions. Come on. There have been 3 murders committed in this precinct, and not one single suspect brought in. Where'd that put us? Right on the spot. They all look like they were committed by the same person, Captain. Outside of that, we haven't got a single thing to go on. Thanks, Cap. I suppose you expect the killer to come in and give himself up, huh? Now listen. Get out and get that guy. Or I'll transfer you so far back in the sticks, the bears will be chasing up the trees. Come on now, get out. Get out. Comfortable?
Well, hello, stranger. Where have you been all week? I thought your draft board caught up with you.
I've been parked in the bushes outside the booster home so long I nearly took root.
Waiting for the galloping ghosts to go by?
No, I've got a hunch there's something screwier than ghosts in that joint.
Well, why didn't you let me in on it?
Because if my hunch is correct, there's no place for a babe in the woods like you. Oh, by the way, if you need any more bobby pins, you'll find mine in the second drawer.
Thanks.
You see what you got? Plenty of it this time. Plenty.
But, George, it's our only chance to become...
Absolutely no. And don't call me again. The police have been here several times this week. They may trace the call. What? How soon will he be here?
He's not coming.
He's not coming.
That's what he said.
He must. Told it already. He won't keep. Oh, tell him that, quick.
It won't do any good. He won't do it.
Won't do it, huh? All right. Yes. Doesn't matter.
James, what are you going to do?
He won't come here. I'm going to him.
But you mustn't. The police are watching him.
I don't care. I'm going.
James, please!
Get on!
They'll kill you!
Let me go! Let me go! Oh, it's you. Yeah. Were you expecting someone else?
No. No, that is, come in. A little touch up on the hair, new pair of lips, and you're as good as new.
Where are you going?
Back to my listening post.
Roosters?
Uh-huh.
Can I go with you?
Uh-uh.
Well, why not?
No place for little girls. There's too many snakes, frogs, and lizards. Big ones. Big as alligators. And besides, if I have to run, I don't want to wait for you. Oh, don't wait up for me. We're no nearer to the killer than we were before. Yes. All right, we're coming in. Come on, sir. Good night, Doc. Good night, gentlemen. All right. All right, let's go. No, I've got a hunch he's expecting somebody. Let's wait around and see.
I could kill you before they got here, so be careful. It's here, George. Plenty of it. Look, it's enough for half a dozen injections. It can't fail. Come on. Hurry. You are going to do it, you hear me?
All right.
Good. Here. Back broken. Who's going to what?
Baby. Give me the plate. Yeah. Hurry up. Who came to Randall to warn him about someone? Now, who was it? What? Okay. Get over to the Brewster home as quick as you can. There's trouble over there. Take her with you. Come on, lady. Come on, hurry up. Simple as that. Come on. You took her down in there, I can't open that thing. She knows how it works. Come on, make her open it up, quick! Ah! All right, open it up. You know, I'll you over my knee and paddle you good. Don't be a chump. Hey, what are you doing in my car? Who are you anyway? Me? Oh, I'm the author of the story. Screwy idea, wasn't it?
We hope you have enjoyed The Ape Man. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, Weird-O-Rama.com, and our Patreon page if you are feeling generous. The lie, by the way, Louise Curley was not discovered during a high school play. She actually refused to do any screen tests until she completed finishing school. She would not do a single audition until then. She got her education first. So, for all of us at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor von Psychotron telling all of you to stay weird.
The supernatural and the real clash in a world of horror.
Your power will be equal to ours. You will possess all the riches of the world. But remember that there is still one task you must carry out. Kill Hercules.
Claudius!
I'm aware of the risk I'm taking. All you'd have to do is reach out a hand and take me by the throat. And break my neck the way you'd break the stem of a flower. Why don't you do it? He mustn't get out of the palace alive. Kill him!
My queen, the people are marching against the palace.
Order all of your archers to man the walls of the palace.